Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful. It doesn't take a lifetime to change your life. It only takes a decision. And if you make the right decisions, even just 5 of them, you can begin to transform your life in 1 week. Now, I'm not saying you'll build an empire in a week. I'm saying you'll lay the foundation, and once the foundation is set, success starts to grow. Let me share with you 5 simple habits that I began 1 week. And I've never been the same since waking up early with purpose is one of the most powerful changes you can make to your daily routine. When you own your mornings, you take control of your life. Most people roll out of bed reacting to the day. They're rushed, they're stressed, and they're already behind. But when you decide to rise early and use that time intentionally, everything starts to shift. The first hour of your day sets the tone for the rest of it. It's the difference between living proactively and living passively. When you get up with intention, you create space before the noise of the world creeps in. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and it's yours. In that space, you can think clearly, plan your goals, and set your focus. That's not just productivity, it's self-leadership. Jim used to say, either you run the day or the day runs you. And owning your mornings is how you begin to run the day. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. just to brag. It's about waking up before distractions and obligations steal your time, energy, and attention. That early hour can be used in so many ways: meditation, journaling, exercise, reading, or just sitting with your thoughts. It's a sacred time to align yourself with your values and your vision. You start the day rooted, not rushed. And when you begin from a place of clarity, you make better choices. You speak with more intention. You work with more focus. You treat others with more patience. It all flows from that quiet moment of preparation. It's also about discipline. Waking up early, especially when you don't feel like it, strengthens your will. And willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When you conquer the pillow, you build the momentum to conquer the rest of the day. It's a small win, but it leads to bigger wins. That's the compound effect in action. You don't have to change your whole life in one night. Just set your alarm 30 minutes earlier. Use those minutes to be with yourself. Not your phone, not your inbox, not your to-do list. Just you and your vision. Over time, that small shift becomes a lifestyle. You stop being someone who reacts, and you become someone who leads. In just 1 week of owning your mornings, you will feel the difference. Your days feel longer, your thoughts feel clearer, and your energy feels more directed. You're no longer chasing time, you're creating it. And that is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Writing down your goals daily is a transformative habit that builds clarity, focus, and inner drive. Most people set goals once a year, maybe on New Year's Eve, and then forget about them. But success doesn't come from setting goals once. It comes from living with your goals every day. When you write your goals down every morning, you're not just reminding yourself of what you want. You're programming your mind to go after it. It becomes part of your identity, part of how you see the world. There's something powerful about the physical act of writing. It's different from thinking or typing. Writing engages your body and mind, forcing you to slow down and process what truly matters. It takes your dreams out of the abstract and makes them concrete. You're not just hoping anymore. You're planning. Every time you write your goals, you're making a declaration to yourself. This is what I'm working toward. This is who I'm becoming. Doing it daily may feel repetitive at first, but that repetition is the point. It builds emotional intensity. It turns vague ambition into clear intention. And when you review the same goal day after day, something amazing happens. You begin to believe it's possible. You start seeing opportunities that were always there but invisible to a distracted mind. That's the power of focus. Jim said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Writing down your goals is one of those disciplines. This habit also forces you to reflect on whether your goals are truly aligned with who you are. When you write them daily, you'll notice if something feels off. You may tweak the wording or shift the priority. That's good. Goals aren't set in stone. They're living targets that grow with you. Writing them helps you stay emotionally connected to the outcome. It's easy to get lost in the busyness of the day and forget why you started, but your goals pull you back to your why. They anchor your effort and remind you of the bigger picture. Also, daily goal writing keeps you accountable. You can't write down that you want to run a business or improve your health every day without eventually feeling the urge to take action. Seeing that goal on paper again and again builds a quiet pressure, a good pressure, to do something about it. Even small steps begin to matter. You start measuring your days not by how busy they were, but by whether they moved you closer to what matters. In just 1 week of writing your goals daily, your mindset begins to shift. You think more intentionally. You act more deliberately. You no longer drift through the day. You drive it. And that shift, though subtle, is the beginning of lasting change. Because a person with clear goals written down is a person with direction. And direction is the first step to destiny. Feeding your mind is one of the most important and overlooked habits for personal growth. Just like your body needs food every day to stay healthy, your mind needs consistent, quality input to stay sharp, focused, and inspired. The truth is, if you're not intentionally feeding your mind, you're unintentionally starving it. Or worse, you're letting it get filled with junk. Negativity, gossip, distractions, and noise that adds no value to your life. Reading at least 10 pages a day may sound small, but it's a practice that compounds over time. In a week, that's 70 pages. In a month, it's a whole book. In a year, that's 12 powerful books that can reshape the way you think, act, and live. 10 pages a day is manageable. It's not overwhelming, but the impact is enormous. It's not about speed, it's about consistency and depth. One good idea, well understood and applied, can change your entire path. Jim said, "Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune." That kind of self-education doesn't happen by accident. You have to pursue it daily. When you read books about leadership, mindset, business, health, or relationships, you're borrowing wisdom. You're learning from someone else's mistakes and successes. That shortens your learning curve. It gives you tools, language, and strategies that you can use immediately. And it's not just about books. Podcasts, audiobooks, courses, and conversations with wise people also feed your mind. The point is to choose input that challenges and stretches you. What you put into your mind shapes how you see the world, how you solve problems, and how you carry yourself. When you fill your mind with excellence, positivity, and high-level thinking, your decisions naturally rise to meet that standard. The opposite is also true. If you're always consuming entertainment, negativity, or mindless content, your thoughts become scattered, reactive, and unfocused. You start living in default mode instead of design mode. That's why this habit is so crucial. Feeding your mind daily is like sharpening your axe. It might not feel urgent, but it makes you far more effective in everything you do. In just 1 week of practicing this habit, the results are noticeable. Your conversations improve, your confidence grows. You start connecting ideas, seeing solutions, and thinking strategically. You become a better communicator, a better decision maker, and a better leader because your mind has more to work with. It's like upgrading your internal software. The people who consistently grow in life are those who make learning a non-negotiable part of their day. They don't wait for motivation. They create it by exposing themselves to ideas that stretch their thinking. When you commit to feeding your mind even just 10 pages at a time, you are planting seeds that will grow into wisdom, insight, and long-term success. And that small daily habit becomes a defining part of who you are. Eliminating time wasters is one of the most powerful and immediate ways to regain control over your life. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours can vary drastically. Many people feel overwhelmed or stuck because they let time slip away without realizing it. Time, once lost, is gone forever, and yet we often give it away to distractions, mindless activities, or habits that don't serve us. The key to productivity and personal growth is not in trying to cram more tasks into your day, but in eliminating the things that steal your time without offering any real return. These time wasters come in many forms: social media, excessive TV, procrastination, or even unproductive conversations. While they might seem harmless in the moment, they add up over time, and before you know it, hours that could have been spent growing your skills, building relationships, or advancing your goals are gone. One of the most common time wasters is social media. We all know how easy it is to fall into the trap of scrolling endlessly through Instagram, Facebook, or what starts as a quick break often turns into hours of distraction. The truth is, social media is designed to keep you engaged, using algorithms that target your attention. But the cost of this endless scrolling is high. It takes away from your productivity, focus, and even your emotional well-being. Another significant time waster is television or mindless entertainment. While it's important to relax and unwind, there's a difference between passive entertainment and intentional relaxation. Watching TV for hours on end or binge watching series can quickly eat away at your free time without contributing to your personal growth. Sure, it's enjoyable in the moment, but does it move you closer to your goals? Does it help you develop skills, expand your knowledge, or become a better version of yourself? Often, the answer is no. Procrastination is also a major time waster, and it's one that many people struggle with. Putting things off until the last minute feels like a temporary relief, but in the long run, it creates unnecessary stress and anxiety. When you procrastinate, you're not just wasting time, you're also undermining yourself, discipline, and delaying your progress. Overcoming procrastination requires building a mindset of action and responsibility. It means learning to tackle tasks as soon as they arise rather than letting them pile up and overwhelm you. Additionally, we often waste time by being too busy with tasks that don't matter. It's easy to fill your day with things that appear important, but when you evaluate them, you realize they don't bring any meaningful results. This could be responding to non-urgent emails, attending unnecessary meetings, or saying yes to commitments that don't align with your goals. Saying no to things that don't serve you is one of the most powerful ways to protect your time. It's not about being rude or unhelpful. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and creating space for what will move you forward. In just a week of eliminating time wasters, you'll start to feel the difference. You'll have more time for the activities that matter: personal development, exercise, work on your goals, or spending quality time with loved ones. Your energy will be higher, and you'll experience a sense of control over your day. Instead of feeling like time is slipping through your fingers, you'll feel like you're making the most of every moment. By eliminating time wasters, you create more space for productivity and personal growth. You'll find that when you focus your attention on meaningful tasks, your days become more fulfilling and your progress accelerates. Over time, this habit becomes ingrained, and you begin to recognize the value of every hour. Your productivity soars, and your life becomes more aligned with your purpose and goals. Speaking gratitude daily is a simple yet powerful habit that can transform your outlook on life. It's easy to focus on what's wrong or what we don't have, especially when life feels challenging or stressful. However, practicing gratitude shifts that focus, helping you appreciate the abundance already present in your life. By making a habit of verbally expressing what you're grateful for each day, you not only improve your mental and emotional health, but you also cultivate a mindset that attracts even more positivity. Gratitude is more than just an abstract feeling. It's a practice that can be honed with intention. Most people wait for circumstances to align before they feel great, only to realize that happiness and contentment are fleeting when based solely on external situations. But when you consciously choose to speak gratitude, you change your internal dialogue. This verbal expression of thanks is a reminder that, despite challenges, there is always something to be grateful for. The act of speaking gratitude forces you to pause and reflect on what's going well in your life, no matter how small it may seem. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, especially when everything seems urgent or overwhelming. But gratitude brings you back to the present moment. By naming something you're thankful for out loud, you reframe your thoughts from scarcity and lack to abundance and fulfillment. Whether it's the support of loved ones, a healthy body, or the simple pleasure of a good cup of coffee, gratitude helps you recognize the value in everyday moments. What makes speaking gratitude especially powerful is the impact it has on your emotional state. Studies show that gratitude is directly linked to increased levels of happiness and reduced feelings of stress and depression. When you speak gratitude, you activate positive emotions that help counterbalance negative feelings. It's a natural antidote to stress, worry, and anxiety. Over time, this practice creates a more positive emotional baseline, making it easier to handle difficult situations with a calm and composed mind. Instead of spiraling into negativity when something goes wrong, you can shift your focus to what's still going well. Speaking gratitude also improves your relationships. When you take the time to express appreciation for the people around you, it deepens your connection with them. Whether it's a simple thank you to a colleague for their support or telling your partner how much you appreciate their presence in your life, verbal gratitude fosters an atmosphere of kindness and respect. It strengthens bonds and creates an environment of mutual appreciation. People feel valued when they hear genuine words of gratitude, and this leads to better communication, collaboration, and overall harmony in relationships. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. A simple practice of speaking out loud 3 things you're grateful for each day can have a profound impact. You can do this in the morning to set a positive tone for the day, or before bed as a way to reflect on the good that happened. It can even be done in moments of stress to shift your mindset. By making this a non-negotiable part of your daily life, gratitude becomes a powerful tool for shaping your thoughts, emotions, and actions. In just 1 week of speaking gratitude daily, you'll begin to notice shifts in your perspective. Your day will feel more meaningful, and you'll start to recognize how much you have, rather than focusing on what you lack. This simple habit creates a cycle of positivity that builds momentum over time. It teaches you to appreciate the present moment and find joy in the little things. And as you express gratitude, you not only transform your own mindset, but you inspire those around you to do the same. Gratitude is contagious. It spreads and multiplies. So, in speaking gratitude daily, you don't just change your own life. You begin to change the lives of those you interact with as well. As I wrap up today, I want to leave you with this simple truth. The life you want doesn't start tomorrow. It starts today. The habits you build, the decisions you make, and the actions you take in the next 7 days can set the foundation for everything that comes after. When you own your mornings and begin your day with intention, you're not just getting up. You're preparing for greatness. When you write your goals down every morning, you give yourself a clear direction and purpose. When you feed your mind with knowledge, you're fueling your growth and sharpening your ability to succeed. When you eliminate time wasters, you free yourself from distractions and create space for what truly matters. And when you practice gratitude each day, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, transforming your entire outlook on life. These habits aren't complicated. They don't require perfection, but they do require consistency, commitment, and a willingness to show up for yourself every single day. In just 1 week of focused effort, you'll start to feel the difference. You'll feel more energized, more motivated, and more aligned with your goals. And from there, you can build on that momentum, making progress every day, creating the life you've always dreamed of. Remember, you are the architect of your own destiny. The choices you make today are the seeds of your tomorrow. So take that first step, start today, And in 1 week, you'll already see a new version of yourself, one that's more intentional, more focused, and more empowered. Thank you.